Welcome back to Cricbuzz Live. I'm Saiyami Kher. I started the show, the pre-match show, saying I really like talking to our Gulzar Saab and Javed Saab on Cricbuzz, which is DK and Harsha. Unfortunately, there was not too much cricket to talk about because of the rain. We spoke about a whole lot of other things, but unfortunately, just no cricket. 97 runs were scored. We saw Shubman Gill and Suryakumar Yadav looking very good. 39 not out, 37 not out. And then the match has been called off because of rain. Just really sad because that's not what we put on our televisions for. But you're here on Cricbuzz Live to listen to Harsha, Bhogle and DK. DK, Harsha, good to have you
Harsha,
back.
I want to know who is Gulzar, who is Javed in this?
You can pick.
That's a good point, actually.
Pick.
I'm
think
hoping I'm Gulzar because I'm older.
He's senior, so you'll be the junior. Javed Saab is.
Nice.
तो वैसे आज हम कुछ गुफ्तगू करें जी के बेटा
गुफ्तगू के लिए तानिया को बुलाना पड़ेगा या आप गुलजार साहब को बुला लो बट आज ज्यादा गुफ्तगू हुई नहीं because of the rain.
But I saw two shots that I felt wow about.
Totally worth it.
One was that Suryakumar Yadav hitting that six again of Hazelwood. The Suryakumar six of Hazelwood, and then of Nathan Ellis, he punched one over mid-off. I've been a big Suryakumar Yadav fan over the years, and just to see him bat like that to me was, I loved it.
DK, that's something we spoke about. That little piece in that jigsaw puzzle which was not fitting in was Suryakumar Yadav's form, but today he's come out and he's silenced not only all the people chatting about his form, but even for himself. He'll be very happy with the way things went today.
Sadly for him, this match didn't happen. Otherwise, this knock would have had a lot more value. I thought he batted very nicely. Came in at a very not tough place, but he came in at a place where you had to almost get on with it in the power play, and he batted very nicely. The shots that he played, yes, as we discussed in the com box, he probably didn't get off to a flyer, barring that six that
he was 12 of 11 or something, right?
Yeah. But do you think that was a good way for him to slowly get things in? Also, because we've spoken about how aggressive he's been, but maybe just to kind of get his eye in.
It's not a template you want to follow. If it happens organically, where you're trying for a few shots, you're not able to get past the fielders, or they bowled a couple of good balls, then it's fine. And that actually tells you he was 12 of 11, and then he's gotten to 39 of 24. Tells you how quickly he can make it up as well. In 13, he's got 27. So he has that skill. If he's willing to absorb pressure, by sometimes when he doesn't get runs, I think he will only get better after this knock. As I said, this country as a venue suits him very nicely. He loves pace and bounce, and that's a country where consistently you get both of it. So I have no doubt he's a player who will definitely succeed and be very effective as the World Cup comes, purely because of the skills he possesses. There's a certain beauty to the way he picks which ball is going to come to him, because he's one of those batters who doesn't have too much foot movement. He almost premeditates into a certain position. But for him to constantly be ahead of the bowler and know what he wants to do, looking at the field and what the bowler is bowling, that's a great skill to have.
And he had those two shots he spoke about, because I asked you about that shot, the little pick-up shot that he had. I said, was it predetermined or not? And that's the Suryakumar Yadav we know, Harsha, because he almost seems like he's out there and he's got that confidence back, which was lacking a little, which we spoke about in the pre-match show.
That's something only he can answer. Whether the confidence was lacking within him, he certainly doesn't project that. He always walks the swagger. He chews his gum so hard, you feel for the gum, Viv Richards, now Suryakumar Yadav. They're both merciless with the gum. But there's always that aura of confidence around him. And the one thing I've liked about him is, even when he wasn't scoring runs, he wasn't taking the safe option. He was still looking like he was going for it. So, I mean, the question I asked him right at the start is something we want to ask again. On these kind of surfaces, is he a different player? When there's good bounce and the ball is coming on, he's a different player.
Absolutely. I mean, he prefers batting on these pitches, no doubt.
But we saw Captain Suryakumar Yadav come out and light up that sky, which was very grey otherwise. But other than that, the vice captain Shubman Gill, Harsha, was very impressive. You were wondering how he got those runs so quickly.
Exactly. You were looking at Shubman Gill and you were thinking, when did he play the big shots, apart from the slog sweep? But there was a full toss he hit for six. There was another. He probably got a few more loose deliveries, but the slog sweep for six was an intent shot. But that's what you want from Shubman Gill. You want to look and say, okay, he's still there. Oops, he's 37 of 20, which is what he does when he's playing for GT.
Yes.
And which is what actually Virat Kohli does when he plays ODI cricket. You never know where he is till you look at the scorecard. It's less like he's been around for some time, you see he's 45.
The only other player I saw like that in his prime was Azharuddin. When he was playing in his prime, oh, when did he get a 20? Virat Kohli, of course, was, as a one-day player, he's in a different league. But that's what I loved about Shubman. That's what he's doing when he plays for GT, he does so well.
But DK, also with Gill, we've spoken about how, you know, in our pre-match in itself, we spoke about how there is this Yashasvi Jaiswal sitting out. There's so many combinations which have moved around for Gill. These things play on a player's mind. I'm sure they listen to what's happening on social media as well, because everyone's so savvy with social media. But he's come out and gotten these runs today, which will make him feel good about himself as well.
In today's day and age, I don't think you can really move away from how much social media presents itself to you. So I'm sure he's aware, like anyone else, the kind of players he's keeping out, starting from Sanju, Yashasvi, and the rest, Rituraj. You can go through the ranks, KL Rahul, some serious names out there.
Yeah, Sai Sudarshan.
Sai Sudarshan. And look, it's not easy to be a T20 player right now, that's a fact. Because you need to be A, consistent, B, exceptionally skilled, C, almost play a match-winning knock every second, third game that you play, because that's the kind of depth India has. But the fact that he is the Indian captain and then elevated to a vice-captain position in T20 cricket will give him a lot of confidence, and that helps you up to a point. But then you need to go out there and put out the runs, which he's done quite nicely today. I don't think Asia Cup was really great for him, but today was, again, an opportunity for him, and he took it with both hands. He played some lovely shots, very high in strike rate again, 37 of 20 is 185, which is very good. And that's the kind of knock you want to see from him, because we all know that he can get 100. But at what pace you get the 100 is what everybody is looking, which you can see if he bats like this, he will do it quite nicely for India. Gets along very well with Abhishek Sharma. So you would think that the partnership is a match made in heaven. Eventually, they are going to be a set of players who are going to feel for a long time. I genuinely feel whenever Virat Kohli stops, Shubman Gill will come slot into 3 and probably Yashasvi will open. This is what I feel in time, but we will see. There's a long time for that. The fact is that the way he played will give a lot of confidence to this Indian team, because there are 15 T20s before they get to the World Cup, and you feel that if he does quite nicely up into the lead into the World Cup, India will be again a very formidable side when they start that World Cup.
You're talking about the confidence that the Indian team will have after this little 97 runs he scored today. But Harsha, for Australia, again, looking at the World Cup, do you think there is a chink in their armour when it comes to the bowling?
You'd imagine, I mean, I don't know if this is going to be their bowling lineup. It won't be way too different from this. Because Stark is gone. I don't know if Cummins is not such a threat in the T20 format. It'll be something similar to this, their bowling lineup. And without looking like they're charging the bowling, they're taking huge risks, India made 97 in 10 overs.
Yes.
Right? So on that track, they're well on course to going past 210, 220. Which is what will scare the other teams watching this scorecard. Because in India-Australia T20 game, make no mistake, every cricket person around the world is checking the scorecard if they haven't watched it. And they're looking at it and saying, oh, wow, India made 97 for 1 in 9.4. And so there is an awe about this Indian batting lineup at the moment. And when you play like this, it just adds to that, the aura around it for the others.
So there are 2 key bowlers missing though.
Yes.
Pat Cummins instead of Bartlett, and
Zampa
instead of Kuhneman is a big change. And also Maxwell's off spin. He might not have bowled today because 2 right-handers were at the crease. But these are 3 good bowlers to have. And with T20 experience. Now, when you play a team like India, you need experience, boss. Because they are highly skilled.
Yes.
And you should know how to react when they hit you for a boundary. That comes with experience. And that this team lacks. But that is why they're giving opportunities to these guys. Yes, they are injured. One is on a paternity leave, whatnot. But the fact is that these are the kind of games where they learn and understand. Matthew Kuhneman will go back tonight and think, okay, I bowled quite nicely, but I was 2 overs 22. Shubman Gill played a brilliant slog sweep of me. But what was the ball prior to that? When I had bowled that ball, what should I have been thinking? What is his initial movement? He was backing away. So should I followed him or should I bowl it outside? So these questions will arise in his mind, and then he will understand how do I construct an over. So the next time he comes, which will be in 2 days' time, he will figure out, okay, when Shubman Gill or Surya Kumar are going, Surya plays a lot of sweeps. Shubman probably doesn't sweep, but looks for a slog sweep. So what's my get out of jail ball to give them a single? So when you have questions like this swirling in your head, is when you slowly grow into a good T20 bowler.
We're talking about a good T20 bowler, and we talk about dominance in T20 cricket. I've been told that India has not lost a bilateral series to Australia in Australia ever, which was this is a record which is very surprising, because we spoke about in the pre-match show as well, is the dominance that Australia has always had, but clearly shows the dominance that India has now.
And for a long time, India has been a serious T20 side. But that number startles me a little bit as well. And I must confess, I've not studied through that to look at it. But that number startles me as well. But going ahead, I won't be surprised if this continues, because all the Indian players that are coming through a much tougher graduation school. When you pass out of a very tough school, you're automatically good. All these players are coming through an IPL, which is just the toughest tournament in the world. So can you imagine, forget these guys, there is a Vipraj Nigam, there is someone, simple players like that, they are bowling to the best, they're getting better and better. The batters are scoring against some of the best bowlers. So I think Indian teams will just start getting further and further away from the rest.
It's
And
like
if they can
Harsha
do this to
Bhogle
Australia.
and both of us. So if Harsha Bhogle goes to an interview and you and I both together go for an interview, chances are he'll get the job better because he's gone through the rigors of IIM. You and I obviously...
Depends on what the interview is, no? If the interview is about how to bat in
normal
T20 cricket, I'm
cognizant
Gayo.
IT job, or, you can imagine what I'm saying, right? We were both three. So he is Indian team, we are the rest of the world.
No, but I wouldn't categorize myself in your group at all.
I am with you, by the way.
And then it will be...
There is IIM, then there is IIM, then we'll come somewhere.
But we've got now the coach of RCB, who's the mastermind of RCB, who's getting them the trophy and all. So I don't fall in this category of this league at all. But
What are the RCB trades? That, if he told you that, the viewership for this program would just go like that.
Well, Harsha is trying to sledge DK, but we just gave him that cold...
He actually gave me a weak sledge just now, but
Yes.
normally his
He
sledges
tried.
are much tougher.
He tried.
I praised him, I don't know why he thinks it's sledge.
All right, then we'll have a look at what is going to happen day after tomorrow, because it's the second game, unfortunately rained out game today, but the second T20I in Melbourne at the MCG. I've had very fond memories because I watched that test match there, Harsha. It's just the stadium which gives you the atmosphere at the MCGs. I think you can't compare it to any other, I feel, but...
Yeah. If an ODI at the Sydney Cricket Ground had 40,000 people there to watch, there will be 80,000 people to watch this one at MCG.
And 30,000 outside.
There's no doubt at all this will be a completely different environment. I only hope, this is still very early season in Australia. So I only hope the weather holds. In Melbourne, as I say, you got 4 seasons in a day, but I hope the weather holds. You'll get a very good surface in Melbourne. As always, you'll get a good surface to play on. But bigger playing area than Canberra, definitely square. Much bigger.
Opposite of Canberra. There the straights are long, here the straights are short, and the sides are massive, not big, massive, humongous. The biggest probably in the world, I think.
First time I went to the Wacker, the old Wacker, the square boundaries were so far, I thought it would take an auto rickshaw to go there.
I'm sure a lot of people who fielded there would have felt like they're trying to throw a ball.
My good friend from Hyderabad, Sagilakshmi Venkatapati Razu, excellent spin bowler, not the strongest throwing arm. There were 2 or 3 relays by the time the ball got back.
Yeah, we can imagine. It's a really, really big square boundary. But DK, what can we expect? Do you think any changes at all? They'll want to move things around in the team, keeping the conditions in mind. Arshdeep getting him back in, because that's just such a big discussion on Arshdeep not being there. Do you see those changes at all?
No. As much as I would like the show to be long, no. It will be the same 11. I don't think they'll make any changes. Because Nitish Kumar Reddy is not there.
Yes.
They want to play at number 8, Harshit Rana, to get that batting in.
But also with Harshit Rana, you get much more bowling than with Nitish Reddy, no? So
It's
it depends
between
on what you're
Arshdeep,
looking
No,
for.
but if you
Between
play
Arshdeep and
Nitish,
Harshit.
then you can play Arshdeep because he can be the third if they want to have this one.
But if they want a third seamer, so he'll have to come in place of one of the 2 Ristis, no?
Correct.
Ah.
So basically India goes unchanged.
Because I don't think they learnt anything from this game.
Yes.
So their thinking before the next game will be
We learnt a lot
exactly...
from you, that green room.
That's
correct.
true.
Correct.
If we had a camera on in the green room, the viewership would have been all-time high with the learnings we had today. But unfortunately, we don't have the logistics, hopefully, by the next...
About Imran Khan, how it swung
Yes,
both ways.
yes.
Terrific.
So I tell you...
I'm telling you.
You know,
Harsha,
there's respect for age in our culture, you know.
But he's been respecting you from the beginning. You're just taking it the other way. But let's now move on to Australia's team. And do you think they have to think about anything else at all, or they go with the same team?
look, if you look at them, they have Josh Hazlewood, who's going to obviously play the one game, so it's going to be the same. The one change that they might be tempted is to look at Bartlett. Should we bring in a left arm as an option? Which I don't think they will do, considering how well Bartlett bowled in the second ODI. So I think they'll also play the same 11. There's not much you can take. Like if you go after this game and drop a player and say, boss, we're moving on, he'll say, why? Then you don't have anywhere to go. So I don't think it's
Is Zampa not playing the entire tournament? I thought he was out for a couple of games and then come back.
He'll come, I think.
He's not there for.
He's out for the tournament. That's a huge miss. It's a huge miss. You know, Zampa is one of those players, even to a lesser extent than Adil Rashid. At least people talk about Adil Rashid a lot. We don't talk about Zampa as much as we should, given the kind of bowler he's been over the years. But Koeneman for Zampa is a problem, yes. They'll look at what India did with the bat today and say, hang on, we've got one more game and then there's no Hazelwood either. So it is a little worrisome for Australia. It depends on how seriously they're taking this, because with the World Cup round the corner, they will have to think about it very seriously. But at the moment, they're focused on the Ashes, so they'll start pulling people out. When it comes to the T20 World Cup, Hazel will be back, Cummins will be back, Green will be back, Max will be back. It'll be a slightly different looking side.
You are players to watch out for day after.
Surya Kumar Yadav for India. Mitchell Marsh from Australia.
He likes Mitchell Marsh.
He's been.
Breaking news, RCB mentor loves Mitchell Marsh. Make what sense of it you will.
He's got a superb 80-90, he got smashed us, I remember, in Lucknow. Batted very well.
When he gets going, when Marsh gets going, there's some, say Surya Kumar Yadav gets going, he'll carve you. You know, he'll get one here, he'll hit one here. When Marsh gets going,
they're all out of the ground.
It's like me being in a boxing ring with a heavyweight. Just get punched from all corners. He just hits the ball hard. It's fabulous to watch when he gets going. But my player to watch is Jasprit Bumrah. Because I just want to see if he's getting his rhythm back. Just you look at Bumrah and you think, no man, the bar he's set for himself is so high. So I just want to see. I didn't like Farhan and whatever, just tonking him over long gone. So just want to see.
And for Australia?
He's forgotten about Australia.
No, I'm trying to think as you go along.
Two teams play, I'll just let you
No, I'm telling
in Melbourne,
you. There's
India
a
is
reason
playing
I'm thinking
Australia.
of somebody else, because he's always been a thorn in India's flesh. And he's not quite, in the last 2 or 3 ODIs and whatever, been the same kind of player. And that's Travis Head.
So it's Head for you then.
Yeah.
All right, these were the players to watch out for. But before that game, day after tomorrow, there's another very big India-Australia game that's happening tomorrow, DK. You're going to be at the stadium. Hopefully, I managed to make it after shoot as well. But it's just a very big game. I'm sure the turnout's going to be massive as well, because it is one of the
last time in Navi Mumbai, good
25,000,
crowd.
30,000. Yes.
Even this
Very
one,
well supported.
I'll be surprised if it's not a sellout. Navi Mumbai women's game, they support the game so well. You'll get a good track. I only hope it doesn't rain. This is a very weird rain in Mumbai.
Yes.
Very, very weird.
Yeah.
I only hope it doesn't rain, but there is a reserve day for the semi-final, which is good for both semi-finals. The reserve day. I don't think we ought to need one for the Guwahati game the way it's going as of now. But
It was going one way, but now it's slowly tilted back.
going the other way.
Stevens.
But I don't know why this Australian team is playing at a different level to everybody else. It's just an instinct. The numbers are not supporting it as much, because the last 16 games, I think, is 14-2 to Australia. Since Harmanpreet's 171, it's 14-2. But I think there's only one team that Australia will be slightly worried about for some reason, and I think that team is India. It's a good batting surface, right? I think the better the batting surface, the better for Australia, no? Because they just keep hitting.
You're talking about the Australian team and how dominant they've been. They've been like the men's 2003 Australian team, and they have players like Veram, who she's sitting out, and they've got big players who are sitting out. But also for India, they've lost to South Africa, they've lost to Australia and to England in the group stage. So the other semi-finalists, they've lost to all 3. So they will want to go in not remembering what's happened in the group stage, completely fresh.
India's had a very interesting World Cup. It might look bad on paper because they've lost to 3 important teams. When I say important, look, let's be honest, in the women's game, at this point of time, even though 8 participated, it's only between the 5. Out of the 5, 4 were expected to qualify. This is how it was. The other 3 are good teams, but still they have some way before they catch up with the rest. So in the 5, you play 4 games. India will play 4 good teams, basically. And in that, India have lost 3. They have beaten New Zealand, and New Zealand is knocked out. Now, if you look at those 3 games in isolation, Australia, they got a beautiful score, but they just steamrolled with the bat.
Yeah,
Australia
300 plus, right? Yeah.
South Africa, we were cruising, we were winning till one extraordinary knock by Nadine de Klerk, which is, sad in a way. England was the disappointment.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were expected to beat England. Now, taking everything into consideration, they came into that New Zealand game under a lot of pressure. If they lose that, they were almost done. And they played wonderfully well. Look, the openers both got 100, beautiful batting, and India bowled quite nicely. They did whatever it took to show that we are their boss. Now, this semi-final, everybody knows. They have a little bit of confidence because they've actually played the last couple of games quite nicely. Even though Bangladesh didn't happen, they look pretty solid there as well. But the fact is that Australia is a generational team. It's one of those teams, it's a dream team. You know, they bat till 10. They have all variations in bowling. They have a wrist spinner, they have a gun off spinner, like high quality batters, two genuine all-rounders. Ashley Gardner and Annabelle Sutherland are two of the best in the world. Yes. Power up top, power through the middle. They have somebody like Grace Harris. It's a seriously good team. Now, if you want to beat a team like that, a lot of stars need to align for you, and you need one or two exceptional individual performances. That is when you can actually have a day where you'll really trouble them. Because other than that, if both teams play, if Australia plays anywhere close to their potential, in all fairness, they are slightly more skilled, more strong, powerful teams, solid fielding unit. There are no chinks in their armour.
If you remember, before the Asia Cup final, we had said for India to lose to Pakistan, India will have to drop their game and Pakistan will have to play at a different level. It's a bit similar to this. India will have to play at a different level. My only thinking was, the only way I thought India could have beaten Australia, bat first, get a score and hope on a sort of slightly crumbly-ish kind of surface. The spinners are bowling well. They go for their shots, lose a couple of wickets. I thought that was India's chance, but this is a good surface. They bring the boundaries too far in the women's game. I think they should just push them back a little. But I think two people hold the key from India's point of view. One is Priti, one is Harman.
And we know what Harman did in 2017.
But that was 8 years ago. But I saw her score 70 against England.
Yes.
Was it against England, right? Yeah. She was batting. She was making the game look so simple. She was hitting a single where she wanted, hitting a four where she wanted. If she can bat like that, it's often said, can Harman, the MI player, play for Harman, the India player? But if she can play like that, and if Smriti can play like that, they can take the game away from you. But otherwise, yeah, I think India's bowling, India's struggling a little bit with the bowling. Though my current favourite is a good bowler, Sri Charan.
Is outstanding. They have only 5 bowlers. The 6 bowlers obviously always a bit of a challenge. Harmanpreet or maybe Shefali Verma. But the fact is that they have only 5 good bowlers. They are struggling a bit with the combination as well. So all of this put into play, you would say Australia go in as pretty resounding favourites.
Well, we'll wait and watch and hopefully have a repeat of 2017 when the Indian women's team beat the Australian women's team, and that 171 in the semi-final that Harman got has been etched in a lot of fans' memories. So we will see what happens tomorrow, hopefully from the stadium. But another reason for a lot of Indian fans to celebrate is Sharma ji ka beta has made everyone proud. I'm talking about Rohit Sharma, because he has become the oldest player to go to #1 on those ICC ODI rankings. Harsha, we saw what he did the other day and we know what he's done for so many years. But just to go to that #1 at this age when there's so much chatter going around, he's going to be a happy man.
If he ever meets you socially, I mean, you meet the Hoipola, you meet all these kind of people, you meet the celebrities all the time, being one yourself. He might come to you and say, #1, not #1 oldest. Because the way he batted in that last game, there was no difference between the Rohit Sharma of 2013, 14, 15 and now, except that he gave himself a little bit more time. But he batted beautifully after that. So Rohit and Virat after that, as I said sitting here as well, they never went away. They were there all along. They've never gone away from the ODI game. They've all been in very good form. Last time Rohit had played before this, he was player of the match in the Champions Trophy final. So they've never gone away. The only thing is when you get to a certain age, people start looking at you with a different lens. And you've got to try harder to prove that age is, as everyone says, just a number. And on that count, after the first 2 games, the third game, they came out strong. So it was very, very good to see.
But again, a very strange fact that I've been told is that this is the first time he is the #1 ODI batter in his entire career.
What does that tell you about the rankings?
I'm surprised in the 2019 World Cup, he wasn't #1 somewhere in the tournament.
500s?
Yes,
500s. To be honest, I don't know how the rankings work. I'm sure there's a method to it, which I'm not aware of. But just the way he batted, is poetry in motion. It's just beautiful to watch. And what was really fascinating to watch is how much hard work he put in the lead up to that tournament, in the lead up to the series. But also another great example of when you put in the work and do all the hard yards when no one else is watching you, it will come back to pay you. And I think prior to that series, the last 3-4 years when the ball was seaming, when the ball was doing even a little bit, his only modus operandi was hit out or get out. He used to go and just smash it. Here he actually went back to being a good old-fashioned opener where he left the ball, played defense, almost showed what it took to do well in such tough conditions as an opener. Now that side of Rohit Sharma we haven't seen because the belligerent side we have become so accustomed to, which is an even harder skill, but this is as hard in a different way. It takes a lot of mental courage to leave a ball, get no success out of it because it's a dot ball, but know that if I bat through this and back my technique, I'll get runs when I get past this. That requires a different type of courage where you believe in your technique, trust your instincts and all of that. Because when you're looking to play shots, that's premeditated. So you've decided this is what you're going to do. But constantly reacting every ball for a period of 1 hour against a spell like what Hazel would bowl requires a lot of two things. A, genuine skill in the batting front, mental skill as well. To be out there for enough and more periods of times telling yourself that I know I can play this spell. That is outstanding. Some of the shots that he played, I mean, there was a 6-8 of Zampa just standing and just went over long. That not many people can play in world of cricket. Hazelwood also, he'll go 1 over mid-off.
Yeah.
You ask most batters and tell them, okay, this is what I'm going to bowl, play that shot and show me. You can't hit it as well as Rohit Sharma does. That is special.
There's a lazy elegance of Rohit Sharma, which we've missed for so long. And like DK so correctly said, he's poetry in motion. Congratulations to Rohit Sharma. First time in his career, #1 in the ODI ICC rankings. So lots to celebrate. We didn't quite do the hard yards when people were not watching because we were very busy listening to Harsha Bhogle sir's stories that we didn't think of the joy factor question, didn't we? So we have to
Harsha guessed about Rahul Dravid.
We'll have a look at the question.
I thought there might be a link to Rahul Dravid. But I was wondering what the connection with today's game is.
Which Indian T20I record set in August 2011 in England surprisingly still stands 14 years later?
Most sixes on debut or something. I don't know, whatever.
Most sixes on the last match of your life of that format. I don't know what else.
We're all assuming it is Rahul Dravid and trying to find a reason why it should be.
Or most sixes hit off.
It is a right-hand batter is a clue that I've been given that don't know if that helps.
It is a right-hand batter.
Let's have a look at who it is. Highest T20I score.
I know why the answer is Ajinkya Rahane. There's always got to be a connection with something that happens today. Saiyami is hosting.
Fair.
But he's your friend, he's DK's friend, he's everyone's friend.
Yeah, but we see what happens when KKR is batting here during the IPL. So.
Well, the answer is...
You get nervous, Saiyami. Treacherous.
No, I want my friends to do well.
Sure, I'm also part of RCB. When KKR plays RCB,
but when you used to bat, I used to be really cheering
when I'm coaching now, how?
No, only
when KKR
I expect you to be nervous throughout the game.
No, only
when KKR plays RCB, till one stage, it is all KKR. Then it's okay after that. And whatever happens, don't bowl.
It's a divided house, no?
If you bowl a left-arm spinner, we lose our anchor.
But we have very loud RCB fans, so they overpower the KKR fans. That's how it is.
I need to tell our young boy, Mr. Pranav, to come for combox. He's very important. When RCB is bowling. And no combox. Tell them no combox when RCB is batting.
So Pranav, our producer friend, has the knack of taking up wickets. So this is something that DK has requested for, but that's for a later time. Let's have a look at who won the joy factor question of the day. It wasn't us at all. Path has won it.
He's won before, no?
Yeah. When I was on the show, he's won once.
Yeah, I think he's won quite a few. Maybe it's one of Joyda's handles, but Path, well done. If you're not Joyda, tell us how you got this answer because they were both thinking Rahul Dravid, so please work it out for us.
But actually, we were very close because Ajinkya Rahane wanted to be the next Rahul Dravid anyway. So,
now
but it's a good question.
And justify the
it was a good question.
reasoning.
Good question, Joy.
But why would Ajinkya Rahane come today though?
Because she's in the studio.
Because, no,
because he scored a big 100. He scored a big 100 yesterday.
He scored 100 yesterday.
Massive
he
100.
He scored 100 in the Ranji Trophy match, correct?
Yeah.
Recently. But I don't know if Joyda looks at that to ask a question. I thought some debutant happening today, but no debutant from India. We'll find out.
We will ask Joyda how he got to this question because that's the trick. We need to know if there's a connection or not. Are we going to be seeing you, Harsha, day after tomorrow?
Sadly, no. I'm coming back on the 6th and the 8th. So,
DK, are you back day after? Lovely.
I'm back.
so you can have your conversations without being disturbed.
No, so we'll miss Harsha. It's always, like I said, Javed Saab, Guldar Saab together on one stage doesn't happen very often. So I love
Harsha,
having...
Globetrotter, Harsha, you are. I'm sure you're off to some fancy place.
Harsha's traveling?
Something.
Oh.
He won't be in Parel for sure.
All right, Harsha, thank you very much. Thank you, DK. It's always a pleasure doing the show together. Harsha has gone quiet with your sledging. I think you've managed what you wanted to. He's gone...
Do I get that
completely-
shirt or no?
Oh, the prediction game didn't go anyway. So we'll keep the predictions go till the 8th, till you play. And if you...
I think when the company has invested in goes public and he makes his next 500 crores, then maybe I can get one off him.
No, DK will give you one shirt to wear, which you promised to wear on the show though.
Done.
Yeah. All right, DK, one shirt.
Definitely. It'll suit Harsha actually.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching Cricbuzz Live. Unfortunately, there was very little cricket because of the rain. 97 runs is what India got. It was a beautiful 97 runs because we saw Sky in form. We saw Shubman Gill in form. Abhishek Sharma looked good till he got out to that slower ball. But that's all the cricket we had today. But like I said, a big India-Australia game tomorrow. The women's semi-final that takes place at DY Patil, and then Indian men's take on the Australian men's day after tomorrow. So lots of cricket. So do join us day after tomorrow. We'll be back. Thank you so much for watching Cricbuzz Live.